Hey everybody, it's the Last Robokai here, and you know what time it is? It's time for more High Chaos Dishonored. Last time, we pretty much did everything we needed to do, but as you saw in the intermission, we got stabbed, ironically, and also metaphorically in the back, by our own allies, which means that, well, Samuel was a bit pissed at us too, which is always funny. We're off on an adventure unconscious atop a small boat, and we're going to be off to visit the flooded district. Joining me on this terrible sea cruise...
I am Cool Guy, and I am drinking heavily because this is already reminding me of a couple of benders I did in college.
And I'm Orv, and I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real.
What?
I don't know, I've had fucking Outcast stuck in my head all week.
I'm sorry.
Well, I hope we get content flagged for that intro. So let's get stuck straight in.
Oh man, that was a hell of a night.
Yeah, like I said, this is reminding me of college more and more every moment.
We must have went to some pretty goddamn shitty colleges.
Yes.
This is derelict.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died. Poisoned. Tivian stuff. Amateur work.
Impressive that he did that through a gas mask.
Yeah, no joke.
And wasn't anywhere near me. Must have really been on my breath. Maybe I just like vomited Tivian all over myself.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Inappropriate.
Well,
If your song didn't get a content flagged, mine will.
oh, they just like teleport away. I don't give a fuck.
I imagine that's what Blink looks like to, everybody else.
Yeah, so if you thought the other areas of Dunwall were like busted down pieces of shit, welcome to the flooded district. We have now exceeded all your expectations.
Yeah, this is where where the plague was at its worst.
I know a great deal, bodyguard.
What's up, Dad?
I recognize those marks on your hand. A gift from your friend. The one who talks to you in the dark. Talks to you when you visit his shrines. I visited those shrines too. And I know what it felt like to shove a blade into your Empress. But I don't know you. Who you are, and who you fight for. You're a mystery. And I can't allow that.
Dick!
They could have just, asked us and we'd probably tell him.
I mean, Dowd is interesting because he's an almost competent villain compared to a lot of the others in this game.
And in general, you have this incredibly dangerous
Here you are
person,
at
and
last,
he's just like, yeah, I'm
ruined
getting rid of
in
your
drowned
shit
blood.
right now.
Held captive by the man who killed your Empress, the assassin Dowd. Your friends poisoned you and dumped your body in the river. Did they do it to protect themselves, so no one would ever know what they'd done? Or was it because they were a single move away from controlling an empire, and they knew you'd never let them manipulate Emily? Maybe none of these. Perhaps that's just the nature of man.
Blacking out in a dream. Only Corvo could manage that one.
Nice teeth.
Forgot that was a thing.
At least they gave us our masks still, so that's handy. It's time to get to work. One of the ways you can get out is you can just throw bricks at that thing and pop it open, and if you have, blink, you can just blink out. Of course you have blink. But, there's another way.
Oh, yes.
Bada boom!
Yeah, let's leave via the bottom way.
I like that one most anyway, just because you disappear in the most classic sense of the term.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Optional return to the Greaves. You know, I forgot that was optional. You know, I mean, typically when I play this game, I'm just like, yeah, no, that's quote unquote optional. I'm totally not going to go recover, you know, my sweet ass sword and the killer diesel punk revolver that I've spent thousands of coins on.
I'm just gonna say now, the fact that they took the gear away from me makes me super mad. Like, I put it so far away because by the time I finally get back to it, I forget that the game gave me explosive bullets, and so I don't use any of this mission. Pisses me right off. Like, I'd finished it, I almost went back and recorded the entire thing just to do that again. And I was like, no, because this mission can get a little long, and oh hey, Slackjaw vanished. I wonder why that happened.
Because the dude has a brain in his head? Unknown man. Revealed to be Corvo.
Yeah, that sort of, simplifies everything. So that's where you come out, I guess. You know, if you throw bricks, like a brick thrower.
That is some pithy pay.
Gotta sneak. And it's like, fuck it.
Seriously, what? Damn, dude.
Oh yeah, assassins are really not an easy fight. They start doing some things that the other ones weren't doing, which kind of surprised me as well. They will use their crossbow bolts a lot more now, and that pushes you backwards and gives them time to mess with you some more.
I really like the pattern on the knife.
Yeah, for the fact that all of the blades function more or less identically, it's really kind of neat that that they put so much care into the individual blades. I mean, I remember when I'm playing this game, I kind of like the assassin blade and all, but it just doesn't feel right. It's not mine.
Yeah. So, this place is so messed up. Like, essentially, you remember the Heart talked about how some dams broke and water rushed in and everything like that in the Nobles district. Well, they had a similar sort of thing happen here. You know, being a much more lower class populated area, they didn't really look after their stuff nearly as much as they should have when the plague started rolling in, and as a result, well, I don't really think I need to explain what happened next.
Yeah, the flooded district ends up being so screwed up by, you know, from what I understand is it was a relatively minor dam break, but the thing that is important to keep in mind is that a lot of these sorts of disaster things are much more expressions of poverty than anything else. Like as a for example, a massive cyclone hit, you know, the coast of Burma in, like, what was it, like 2012, 2013, and killed like 250,000 people. And then, you know, I mean, a massive typhoon hits Japan like that basically every year and frequently kills nobody. Well, that guy's a long way from home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was something that actually you'll find out more about in the Dowd DLC. But essentially, the the conspirators. It's kind of funny. We have the loyalists and the conspirators, basically both just a bunch of backstabbing fuckfaces at this juncture. They decided they really didn't like having their. Ironically, they didn't really like having the instrument of their assassination works still running around to cause them trouble. So they, rather than just try to, you know, all friendly like give them a poison drink, like ours did, sent a whole bunch of overseers in to try and finish them off.
Yeah, check how well that worked for you.
It's almost like assassins are undervalued.
Yeah. Welcome to the bane of my existence, by the way.
Oh,
the Krusks
God.
give me a lot of trouble this mission. And that's less because Krusks, you know, a Krusk 2 is a big deal. It's because I have no sense of balance for starters. Like, that was bad. But also because there are so many of these effing things. Holy shit. This isn't even like the worst case of the Krusks. An unfortunate case of the Krusks Dishonored Let's Play.
I like how that one is just sort of stuck behind the corpses of its fellows.
There's me hoping I could kill it through it, and I'm like, did I get it? No.
You got it.
No, he's still there and he's still mad, probably.
You've got grenades, dude.
Yep. And I will eventually remember it. So yeah, so here's the orders from the High Overseer. It's basically saying, yeah, we gotta take care of these motherfuckers. Obviously, he doesn't say we gotta take care of these motherfuckers because they know what we did.
They're a threat to the city. That's totally the reason.
And I mean, by all accounts, yes, they are totally a threat to the city.
Oh god, that was the grossest noise I've heard all day.
Oh yeah, there's nothing about Krusks that are likable.
I hate them even more on. I mean, there's a reason that like the couple of times we've seen them in my playthrough, I just like completely empty a revolver cylinder into them because it just I've got nothing good to say about them. And when they're on very hard, like 3 hits from the little jackasses will kill you.
I'd love to see like the Foley or the sound files that went into creating the Krusk sound.
Yeah, that would actually be super interesting. You know, because it's a very sort of alien clicking, and I have no idea of anything on this planet that sounds like that.
That's the cool thing about Foley is I'm sure you do.
So that's where our gear is, all the way up there. That's where we were, where they dragged us before. Then they knocked us out and carried us somewhere completely different. And yep, there's really only two human-like things wandering around in this area: the Weepers and the Assassins.
For a minute there, I was wondering if those guys were survivors because they were clearly warming their hands by the fire. But no, they're Weepers.
They're Weepers. Weeper soldiers. Weeper civilians. One thing that really disappoints me, just want to say that now, the big stream of whale oil that's coming out of the refinery there, you cannot set on fire.
Disappointing.
I remember spending a lot of time on that, expecting it to just be like an almighty explosion, and then it never happened. I almost quit out of the game in disgust right there.
Are you just making fun of Cool Guy with that knife?
A little.
Fuck off. I hate you so much. It's not my fault it's really picky to choke people out in this game.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is, dickhead. I
Get
fucking
good.
demonstrated
Get good.
it. I'm right behind somebody. It's like, hey, I can't choke this guy out.
Yeah, so obviously we're not going back there yet. Just another way in.
You got stuff to do.
I love the scale of that. Just looking up at it, just going, okay, I gotta get up there. Holy fuck. So I die shortly, and I decided I'm gonna leave it in because.
Whoa!
Well, welcome to Krusktown.
Population you.
No, this seems fine. Everything is going to be okay.
No, this is good.
I am
we
okay
got
with this.
Nope, we're fine. Nope. We're out of health potions, by the way. Alright, I got this. Alright, stray shot, here we go.
No. I like how it was just this glancing hit. It's like you were just sort of stumbling around in agonizing pain. And you were just like, nah, whatever.
So,
Those are empty.
I know, I just wanted to demonstrate that.
Nice.
Which I do anyway. Anyway, the grenades thankfully have a big enough explosion that even when I waste most of them, like, some of them pay off.
You realize you can cook those, right?
I always forget that. I always forget you can cook the grenades. But then at the same time, I'm so incompetent with grenades, it's probably best I don't.
Cooking grenades is like the most ubiquitous feature of video games that I never use.
Yeah. And of course, like, one still inexplicably survived. That's always nice. I always like, does this do anything, this red light? Is this a security system? No, it's just a red light from, like...
Green light, red
whatever.
light, wait.
Roxanne. No.
There's still one of those motherfuckers down there. Good night. I mean, I suppose the upshot is you get rich quick. When you're dealing with the crust, it's like money, money, money.
Dem pearls, though.
Yeah.
For all that stuff you have to spend it on now.
Well, we will be going back home once more. Yeah, here's a great idea, guys. Let's just go in. No, there's no way anything could go wrong. Just don't go by yourself. I think that dude went by himself. More crusts.
Bubsy Bobcat thinks this is a great plan. What could possibly go wrong?
I'm incapable of seeing the name Stu in reference to a man without thinking I'm making pudding at 4 a.m. in the morning. What has gone wrong?
Because I've lost control of my life.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty much what I think of as well. Whenever I hear Stu, it's just 4 a.m. Corvo, what are you doing at 4 a.m.? I'm fighting river crusts. Why? Because I've lost control of my ammunition.
Yeah, I was gonna say, without any bullets.
Click.
I really wanted that rune, so there we go.
Okay, whatever. You know, I'm not gonna judge.
It's like that glow when you sort of point it vaguely in the correct direction.
If you have all of the interface options off, it becomes this, like, somewhat cool, but also really kind of obnoxious game of red light, green light.
I really appreciate that they gave you so many things you could turn off. That's like something, like, we talk about the Assassin's Creed games, like the original Assassin's Creed game. I don't know how many of them still do it, but you could really just, like, turn everything off and just
They still
immerse
allow
yourself
that.
in it.
You can turn basically
That's
everything
good.
on.
I giggle every time I hear the click.
So, if we want to keep going up, obviously we're going to have to fill that thing up with whale oil.
Wow, you're actually having to put something in with whale oil instead of constantly just ripping it out.
Yeah. Which helps us, you know, use a few more applications of whale oil in other ways. The lessons from Piero are paying off because at least now we're learning how to, we've learned how to fill it off.
I appreciate that they give you spares if you're a stupid idiot.
Or if you're like me and are like, well, I don't have any bullets to kill the crusts with, but I can.
That's also
fuck you.
acceptable.
Yeah, that is not being an idiot. That is being resourceful, and I heartily approve of everything you
Sweet,
just did,
sweet
sir.
revenge. I couldn't let that go. I really just could not let
That was
that
pretty
go.
good. I like how it occurred to you as you were about to go do it too. I could see it go like, oh.
You're just like, huh? I wonder what I bet I could. Yeah. You can see.
I
the
have
idea
very
forming in your brain.
very readable game body language. I think it's to my advantage. There we go. I like this. I like how this stair works. These fucking pipes just drop. It's so cool. You can really see that, like, the whale oil was really bringing on a crazy science industrial age for Dunwall before the plague happened. I still keep falling off things. That is the theme of this episode. I can't stop falling off things.
And also making fun of me by doing random flying guards every now and
I don't know why I like doing that. I just like the animation. I like the sound. Swoosh.
Is it implied through the lore that Dunwall is the only empire that has whale oil currently, or?
No, like from the previews for Dishonored 2, we're in an area that doesn't look like Dunwall at all, and they have some fucking crazy tech.
It's a different city. I don't know if it's still part of like the Dunwall Empire, but yeah, the bad guy has that crazy fucking. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. We're gonna see.
Then again, it is a few years. Like it's enough that like like certain
yeah.
characters have aged significantly.
Yeah, the thing is that since this game is all about Dunwall and everything like that, the only substantial lore that we get is surrounding the Pandician continent and not like other world powers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the game's writings are actually surprisingly mum on all of the foreign powers that people were concerned about, importing the plague rats to Dunwall or whatever.
It does occur to me that we should post the map of the Dishonored world in the thread, though, if people haven't seen it, because it's just one of those, like, hey, let's flip Europe on the side.
Why would you come back here?
Hard to say, but we should watch the streets. We'll see him from the rooftops.
All right. If nothing else, you can cut him off at the market.
You can't get through the rail station without the key.
This one is resourceful. We'll find a way.
You could totally stop time if you wanted and go kill those guys, but I let them go.
I
Which is
probably
very
won't.
uncharacteristic of me.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
so
probably
panic,
won't.
Panic.
Are you stuck? Okay. Remember, there was gonna be like, am I about to see you reload a save?
Oh dear, I just have very poor fortune with chains, so... Ah, so, we're back here. Welcome back, Corvo. Time to eat and read everything.
Be honest, you were expecting to eat that book, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that little book because the guy's like, I'll tell you what, it's really awesome how Sokolov's made like steam engines and shit for us, so like they run off the whale oil or whatever. So now we can actually like sail around and harvest more whales a lot easier. So Sokolov's applied a lot more than just a few like electrical coils that shock people and alarm systems and stuff. He's completely revolutionized this entire country.
Mm-hmm. And now I have what we do with Drunken Sailor stuck in my head again. Thanks, book, for song bombing me.
It's alright. I've seen a few people get really offended by those particular sea shanties before. I'm not sure. I can't remember what specifically upset them about it, but they just, I don't know.
I'm replaying AC4 again, so I already have shanties stuck in my head.
Bit more of this.
Fantastico.
This is kind of funny, this moment, because the control was actually I don't know if I just pulled it too soon or what, but I think it was actually already in place for it to drop, and so I went, oh yeah, I'll just pull the lever and turned it off instead. Man, that's a drop.
Yeah, I'm not okay with this. This
You
is...
hear the creaking.
Yep, no, this is substantially less than okay.
That's right. I looked up. I've looked away from it now.
Yeah.
You're not looking at the screen. All right, stabs times. We haven't
Hey,
stabbed
dude.
anything for a little while. Go
Just
stab.
going
Go
into
stab.
withdrawals.
I was getting the shakes.
Whew.
You're like Dexter, you don't
Alright.
murder something every 5 seconds, you get all buggo.
Uh-huh.
It's on the High Castle Let's Play unless everything's dying, and to be perfectly honest, the only thing that was dying was me to Rivercross, so... So I'm glad we got that sorted out. The ambiance of this building is so good.
Yeah, the creaking
Creaking.
there really set me on edge for a second, I will not lie.
The dripping oil. The rattling chains in the wind, because they're long chains. They're rattle.
Oh, I'm seeing a 2 + 2 = 4 right here. And clearly you did
Yeah.
too. Hey, homies.
And of course, explosions, removal of bodies. I think there's still one around here, but first, let's get my shit back.
It's about
there
damn
we
time.
go.
Dirty chest.
Well, you don't want to pack your highly violent weaponry and,
Hey, guess what? You were right. There was still one around here.
You wanna explain that?
I basically, for some reason, just kept Twitch hitting the firing button. I'm not entirely sure why that happened. I'll do it a few more times, and I'm just like, why am I doing that?
I used to have that problem in FPS games a lot, where if I would see someone, I would like go to shoot their head, but I would start shooting too early and be like physically incapable of correcting myself. So I would just keep shooting up to the left of their head, and I would never kill anyone.
They just sort of slowly look over like, are there bees out today?
Just love that animation. At this point, it's not mocking cool guys, because I really like the animation. I like the sound. It's swoosh, swoosh. I'm sort of like getting a little confused here because I don't remember where the key is here. I think like it's in an office or something I've missed. I go into an office a little later, but I don't think I get the key from there, so I don't know.
It seems to me you're just like, fuck this, I'm just jumping over. Okay, or trying. There we go.
I was having that problem with the chandeliers in the tower.
Actually, sort of. Like, I've actually missed quite a lot here, but which I will collect before I leave. Sort of poking my head around to make sure. Because one of the things I missed is because I walked straight in and didn't look down, I missed like a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, hey guys, don't go here.
They are coming. We cannot get out.
They're where, you know, we made a whole bunch of really bad life decisions. Like, no, let's not.
Like coming here in the first place.
Yeah, well, you know, the High Overseer Campbell wasn't a particularly smart man, so naturally he would think that I'll just send waves and waves of my own men at the problem. We'll zap Brannigan it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unfortunately, these are not cannons that you can clog with wreckage.
Yeah, these aren't robots that have a kill counter that you can reset by sending enough of your own men.
I really have to wonder what sort of processing goes into that whiskey to make it that explosive.
Yeah, that's like I would not drink their elixir.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm a very big fan of a good scotch, a good strong scotch, but that one I think I'll pass on. It seems like the office that you were faffing around into. I guess not.
It's the other side of the office I was faffing around in.
Yeah, alright.
There was a bunch of debris that sort of blocked entrance to the rest of it.
Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose.
And yeah, see? Yeah, right there.
All sorts of goodies. Okay with goodies.
All this money that I will probably get to spend.
And I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember when you get to spend that money anymore. Because I mean, Piero is not exactly taking your calls anymore.
Well, the plan is we got to get back to the
Hound's Pits. Yeah.
The Hound's Pits. So, like, once we sort of deal with this little problem of the guy that murdered our Empress, because
target of opportunity. That's why
he's actually an optional. He's not. You don't have to actually like even intentionally chase this man down. You don't have to give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, like this is where we are now. Really bad place to go, I guess.
Dude, you're in the wrong neighborhood there, mister. Dude was about to puke up on you right before you just like punched him in the face. That was pretty awesome. Wow.
When blood texture goes bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It clearly wasn't supposed to stretch over something like that.
That was still legitimately. Ugh.
Rats. Looks like meat's back on the menu.
So I was going to say that was legitimately more creepy than a lot of things I've seen in legitimate horror flicks. Is that like spreading blood texture, and then it was accompanied by rats going to town on shit.
Delicious.
Sir, this man is leaking shoe polish.
Just let it go.
It's a real dick move.
I know.
Why would you not?
This is true. Why would you not? And then I could just smoke a cigar afterwards and be like, yeah.
Just steal the diseased dead man's bread. I'm certain that couldn't possibly go wrong for you.
More crusks. So, what I really like about this is how it opens up. You get out here, and it's just like, before you could tell things were pretty fucked up, but this was like the residential area, and just look how much of a mess it is.
Mm-hmm.
Get on the bed.
I'm just nodding.
Frickin' strong arms.
Yeah, that's gonna see a lot of use in my run. I mean, it is because I'm going to attempt to choke out an NPC. Just to show what happens when you do it.
You could knock me over with a feather.
All right, so
Oh God, where the hell are they going now?
wherever there's food.
Yeah. Creepy little things.
I'm really glad I didn't cook that one, by the way.
You know-
Really glad I didn't cook that one.
Oh my God, this is what I talk about when I'm like, Robokai has the luck of the devil himself.
it just happens that way sometimes.
Clink. And wait, it just magically works out.
Oh, there's an assassin over there. Yeah, they're like teleporting between buildings. So here's like a kind of a problem with the crossbow at this range. This guy, I'm just sort of hitting him over and over again.
Oh God!
Problem solved! I have no idea if he was alive or not when he made his descent, but problem solved.
Wow.
You know what? That was totally inefficient and also completely worth it to watch that dude just sort of tumble ass over Atlas down the fucking bottom.
It's just like, oh man, I think there's something around, plummet. I have detected the flaw. So really mad. Like, I imagine the explosive bullets probably would have made these crusts still wriggling. Would have made them a lot easier to wipe out.
That
It's
one's
still
still alive,
wriggling.
isn't it?
Stop wriggling! Fucking gross.
Yes, that one was still alive. Man, that's gross.
And I fall in the water. Story of my life.
Oh my God.
I don't know what it was about the recording for today. I wasn't particularly tired or intoxicated or anything like that, but boy howdy, I had no idea where my feet were. just
I've had days
couldn't
like
stand in any sensible location and not have something go completely nuttily silly.
that. I like to think of it as Corvo just like literally trying to find his feet again after nearly being poisoned to death, and also yes.
Yep. Actually, there's more usage out of those bottles than I've gotten in a lot of times. A lot of places I'm like, okay, I probably shouldn't go that way. There's a lot of fish there that like biting people.
I'm half curious if they go after a body that you throw at them. I might have to try that out in my run.
Yeah, so I sort of just remembered that there's actually quite a ridiculous amount of verticality to this level, and so that means there's a lot of places I can still visit. That really, this thing weeds me out.
What?
It's like the one thing you can't blink onto. I mean, you can do that, but for some reason it just has no presence for
Okay.
blinking mechanics. I don't know. Also,
What the-
I got stuck in the wall, so there you go.
God damn, dude.
We must become one with the architecture.
So apparently Sokolov likes painting like dying weepers. That's cool.
And that
There's
and it's
actually
somehow showed up
there's
in like
three
the poorest part
Sokolov
of town.
paintings. There's 3 Sokolov paintings, and unfortunately I missed the other 2. So that's on you, cool guy. You're gonna have to show me.
Whatever. I'm addicted to money, so I'll find them.
Yeah. I was actually really surprised when I got to the end. It was like 3 Sokolov paintings. You only got one of them. Like there were 3 here. Why are there 3 in this hole?
Yeah, the poorest part of town, and it somehow has the most tapestries of any place you've been. How does that work?
Okay, Robokai, I have to ask because of what you just said. Is hole an Australian, general euphemism for shitty place?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a hole in the ground.
Okay.
It's just full of shit.
There was like a month-long string of emails to the Giant Bombcast where a bunch of Australians were like having at each other, and someone called Perth a dumb hole, which was just the best thing I've ever heard.
Oh dear, no offense to to anyone who's in Perth, but there's not a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot
not
in
necessarily just Perth, but like a place being referred to as a dumb hole is really good.
I can't remember, but yeah, there was this one conversation you and I had a long time ago, Robokai, about this one other buddy that I used to hang out with back during my ROM hacking days, and he lived in Adelaide, and you immediately started laughing and said that there was this one musician who devoted like most of a
He wrote a song called Adelaide,
Yeah.
and it's about how abso-fucking-lutely nothing happens in Adelaide. It's by Ben Folds. He lived for a time in Adelaide. I don't know why. I'm going to assume he was dared to live there. I don't know why you would choose to go to a place that is famously referred to as the City of Churches. God, that guy was wriggly as hell, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was not expecting him to react quite so quickly to being Goomba stomped.
I was pretty proud of myself though, because I think I actually blocked that crossbow bolt. I don't block any others. But we're actually getting to the end of this particular mission, because this is actually like really, really long. This part, the next part, like getting to Dowd is like the middle of this mission. So
Then you have to get the fuck out.
yeah, then you gotta go back to the hounds, and it's just like, it's long. It's a long journey. So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you won't be seeing how I deal with Dowd in this particular episode. Just the whole entire journey of getting to here was quite long enough, I think.
It was a drunken odyssey for sure.
It was the adventures of Corvo, man of many stumbles. So, God, the amount of times I just fell into like a pile of crusts. It's just like
It was impressive.
I can just imagine Corvo just getting crustier and crustier all the time. He runs into the crusts because like
I
all
wouldn't
of
be
that,
surprised if he has one like a little tiny crust hanging off of his mask at this point.
just like all of the fluids that they kick off are just, each one is more disgusting and gross than the last, and it all just sort of congeals on his mask.
That should be something in Dishonored too, is they should just be a part of the powers where you have horrible organic things on you, like a little crust turret on the front of your mask. It just pew-pews at people.
I would be all sorts of okay about
just-
that. You just have one
You just
on the
poke it, you agitate it to get it to fire.
have one at the top of your head, and anytime there's a dude who's alerted, it just like spits acid in his face, and he's just like, "Oh my god,
It's like-
why?"
It's like the really fucked up whale punk version of the Predator. I mean, we're already as freaky as hell. Why don't we just have like a side-mounted venom-spitting barnacle, really?
Oh my Christ, that is fucking gross. But yeah, alright. I've outdone myself.
I
for
think they're
today.
too far along in development to add something like that if they haven't already. Which they probably haven't, because I don't think anyone would have thought of something that stupid.
Yeah, I mean that's above and beyond itself. Oh my gosh. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, so
I'm done
as
thinking of stupid stuff.
Oh, he's alright. Okay, well, he's out. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you all next time, because in the next episode, we finally confront Dowd. It is a very pivotal moment in Dishonored, because it's pivotal not just for Corvo, but it's also for Dowd. And in fact, all roads in Dishonored lead to this singular moment. And so, I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty important. And we'll be getting into that, and then we'll be slugging on a really long, shitty journey through an area that I really find completely irredeemable in all levels of gameplay. So look forward to that one. I've been the last Robokai,
I've been Cool Guy.
And I've been Orv.
and we'll see y'all next time when we walk into the Den of Assassins, and we deal with Dowd.